which were right and which were wrong. But of course, there isn't a right choice here. For in the end, it always comes back to the same question: who do I let die? And no matter how I try to dance around it, the question is always the same. Or the answer is always the same. I can't choose. Is there no one else who can make this decision? No, even if there were, I know I'd never accept their choice, whichever it happened to be. Once again, I'm heading for the roof of Radican. I had to get out of the lab. Mayuri or Kurisu might return at any moment and I can't face them now. I look up at the sky. The clouds dark and heavy, or are dark and heavy. It could start raining at any minute now. I thought that I was alone, but someone was here before me. Kurisu? Kurisu is lying in the middle of the roof, arms and legs spread as if making a snow angel. The image of Kurisu in a pool of blood flashes through my mind. Is she alright? I run towards her, but before I make it halfway, she suddenly sits up and turns to face me. What a dumb thing to say. Fortunately, it looks like Kurisu didn't hear me. She's busy combing her disheveled hair with her fingers. I breathe a sigh of relief. A silent sigh of relief. Was she thinking about her death? I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. Kurisu appears to be in the same boat. She's staring at the capsule toy dispenser in the corner, her face wearing the usual frown. The awkward silence drags on. When you think about it, Kurisu's fate rests in my hands. My decision will determine whether she lives or dies. Her fantastic hypothesis yesterday was a desperate attempt to construct a scenario where she doesn't die. Even if she believes that her theory is correct, it must be difficult for her to avoid imagining her own death. I force a smile. I'm getting really uncomfortable here. Damn, I was expecting a sarcastic remark like, "Since when do mad scientists have manners," or something. Just then something cold lands on the tip of my nose. Rain? When I look up, raindrops start landing on my forehead. An evening shower. It's only going to get more intense, and quickly. Kurisu hasn't moved a muscle. She's just standing there with her arms folded, staring at the ground as if she doesn't notice the rain at all. Oh wow. She's acting strange, like her mind is elsewhere. I knew it. She's been thinking about... In less than a minute, the rain turns into a full downpour. We had no time to seek shelter. Kurisu's scream is drowned out by the roar of the rain. Wow. Now safely inside the building, we take a moment to catch our breath. It's been a week since Suzuha's time machine disappeared, but Radican is still closed. The lights are off, and it's pretty dark inside. Nice. Haha. She's gonna blush. Yeah, I knew it! Even in the dim light, I can tell that Kurisu is scrambling to cover her chest. A perv too? That's true. She's too self-conscious. But the colour of her underwear, huh? Gotta be white. Oh, she sneezed. Wow.
大脳新皮質をポン酢につけて高級料亭で提供してやるんだから。
Wow, okay. That was dramatic and detailed. Please spare me that horror. Still, these wisecracks are a welcome distraction.
夕立ならすぐにやむわよね。それまで待つか。
I see Kurisu's shadowy form move to sit on the staircase. I sit next to her.
なんで横に。なんで。
喋るなと言ったのはお前だ、クリスティーナ。
あんまり近くに来ないでよ。今ぐらいの距離が限界だから。これ以上離れるとは言わないけど、これ以上近づいたら押し返すからな。
Our bodies gradually grow cold. We start shivering. Maybe I should take off my wet clothes. But if I do that, Kurisu will just call me a perv again. Better not. My eyes gradually adjust to the darkness. I can see Kurisu more clearly now. She's huddled up against the wall.
こっち見んな。
バカな、この暗さでは俺がどこを見ているかなどわからないはず。
Hey, Ultimate Skyhawk. Not too bad, thanks for asking. How about yourself? Does she have infravision?
やっぱり見てたのか。
Damn, she used leading question on me. That's such a high-level technique. I avert my eyes from Kurisu and take off my lab coat. That's when I notice my coat is torn at the shoulder.
屋上から避難した時にどこかに引っ掛けたか。
Nice. Glad to hear that.
何の話。
いや、上着の肩口が破れかけていた。
岡部ってドジっ子だったの。
俺はマッドサイエンティスト属性であってドジっ子属性など持っていない。
It seems like forever since I talked to Kurisu as Hahuin Kyoma.
はいはい。
Kurisu suddenly holds out her hand.
ほら貸しなさいよ。
何？
ちょうどソーイングセット持ってるから
What?
縫ってやると言っている。
Steins gets translated into Stones Gate. Really? Also, what a weird thing to carry with you. Suppose you never know when you'd need it.
悪いか。
I hand over my coat as asked.
実験大好きっ子のくせにそんな家庭的なものを。
Domestic.
実験大好きっ子であると同時に家庭的な女の子かもしれないじゃん。
Good point.
家庭的な女の子なのか？
相対的に見れば家庭的かもね。と言っても日本の女子高生の家庭的女の子指数がどれくらいか知らないけど。
There's an index for that? First I've heard of it. Kurisu skillfully threads the needle despite the darkness.
濡れてるから針が通りにくいの。
本当に偶然持っていたのか？
しつこい。そんなに私がソーイングセット持ってたら悪いの？
悪いとは言っていないが、まるで狙ったかのようだったからな。
つまりあんたが服を破ってしまうのを見越してあらかじめ用意していたって言ってもらいたいんですね。わかります。そんなわけあるか。
Does seem a bit far-fetched.
勘違いしないでほしいんだけど、別に好きで縫ってあげてるわけじゃないんだからね。
Oh my god. It's just Sunday. Jeez. Is this a horror? Not really, no. The most horror it gets is like pictures of something horrific, but I'm well past that. I'm on the final chapter. Well, technically I'm on the final chapters, because this is Stardust Sky, and there's another chapter that's a different variant of chapter 10. I'm doing this one first, because this isn't my canon playthrough. It's one I went out of my way to get, because I felt like it.
出たな、ツンデレセリフ。
There it is.
茶化すな。あんたが偶然服を破って私は偶然ソーイングセットを持っていた。だから縫ってあげている。それだけ。
偶然ね。まさかお前タイムリープしているということはないよな。
つまりあんたが服を破っ ってしまったからタイムリープして事前にソーイングセットを用意したって言ってもらいたいんですね。わかります。そんなわけあるか、そんなわけあるか。
My
大
god.
事なことなので2回言いました。Understand?
She just says. She definitely just said understand. Comprende?
確かに。わざわざタイムリープして対策を練るならば、ソーイングセットではなくタオルを用意しておくのが先だからな。
何それ、皮肉？文句ばっかり。
After working for a while, Kurusu cuts the string with her teeth, then hands me back my coat.
ほら、
ありがとう。
出来については暗くて確認できないけど、もし仮に出来が悪くても私の腕のせいじゃない。この暗さのせいよ、きっと。ちなみに糸の色についても何が出るかお楽しみに。
色もランダムなのか。
黒か赤かピンク、確率は3分の1。
Oh
せ
no.
めてピンクが出ないように祈ろう。
It's pink.
寒いか。
まあね、
俺の上着を羽織るか。
それだって濡れてるでしょ。
まあそうだが。
Silence again. The words flow so naturally when it's just harmless banter. But 1 second of silence and suddenly we have nothing to say. Must be because of what happened yesterday. I'm so desperate to avoid the topic that nothing seems safe. I know I need to say something, but what?
結論は出た。
Oh. She brought it up. Her voice is barely a whisper, but I can hear her clearly in the silence of the empty stairwell. I look at Kurisu, she's hugging her knees to her chest, presumably against the cold. My decision. I know what she means. That's why I can't answer.
まだ悩んでるの？あんたってまゆりのこと好きなんでしょ？
何？
Where did that come from? Kurisu keeps staring into the darkness.
ただの錯覚かもしれないけど、私の心の中に奇妙な記憶というかデジャブみたいなものがある。
Memories of other world lines.
あんたはまゆりを助けようと必死になってて、一人で傷つきながらそれでも前に突き進もうとしてるの。
Yeah, they're not dreams, or visions. Kurisu too?
そんな岡部が私に相談をしてきて、そのひたむきに頑張ってる姿を見て、私も力になってあげたいと思った。別にあんたを助
Oh
け
my
たい
god.
って思ったわけじゃないからな。私はあくまでまゆりを助けたいだけであって、とにかく私にはなぜかそんな錯覚が記憶のように残ってる。
So Kurisu's the same. She still has faint memories from previous world lines.
自己分析してみたけど、夢で見たものを現実と思い込んでるのか、単なる願望か、それぐらいの結論しか出なかった。ただこれだけははっきりしてる。あんたはまゆりを助けるべきなのよ。
怖くないのか。
To save Mayuri, I must undo the current world line. If I do that, Kurisu will die.
なんだか廃墟に迷い込んだみたい。
Kurisu suddenly changes the subject. She looks around the dark, empty stairwell.
まるで世界中の電源が切られて、私たちだけ取り残されたみたい。ふと思うんだ。
Okay.
もしあんたがベータ世界線に行ったとする。みんなも一斉にそっちに移動するとしたら、私だけは移動できない。私だけが取り残される。そ そうしたら世界中がこの場所みたいになっちゃうのかな。所詮これも仮説の一つだけど。
俺は
I need to say it.
お前も救う。まゆりだけじゃなくてお前も。
できもしないこと言わなくていい。
Kurusu cuts me off sharply, then buries her face in her knees.
怖くないかってさっき聞いた。
She just seemed like she wasn't.
怖いに決まってるでしょ。
Just trying to think if I wonder if the dialogue's going to be the same, regardless of which chapter you're on. Because if it is, I'll probably just skip through. Not literally skip it, but just go through it quickly.
消えるかもしれない。
So I might try and do
自分だけが取り残されるかもしれない。
both endings, and then a final session for the true ending. We'll see, I'm not sure. Depends how long it
あ
takes.
るいはあんただけがこの世界線からいなくなるかもしれない。誰もあんたがいなくなったことを認識してない世界がずっと続いていて、私は何事もなかったかのようにアメリカに帰るかもしれない。
Did I miss a thing? No, I didn't. I didn't realise it was just Kurisu talking.
かもしれない。かもしれない。かもしれない。そんないろんな可能性を考えて、その度に絶望的な気分になる。でも
Kurisu raises her head and spears me with her glare.
だからマヨリを見殺しにしろなんて言えると思う？
クリス。
もうなんか寒いな。
Kurisu grabs her own arms. In the darkness, I see her shoulders shaking.
濡れてる服着てる青年。たくダメだ。こんなの全然論理的じゃない。仮説にすらなってない。全部根拠のない妄想。こんなしょうもない妄想を垂れ流す脳の機能をカットしてやりたい。
Now she's talking to herself in an angry tone. Kurisu has always been calm when faced with the unknown. I admired her for that. I thought she was facing this calmly too. But I was wrong. Behind her cool facade, she was struggling to cope with the knowledge that her very existence was in jeopardy. She was fighting that fear all alone, and now it has finally come to the surface. Of course she's afraid. However brilliant she may be, she's still just an 18-year-old girl. Kurisu abruptly stands up. I realise that I no longer hear the sound of rain pounding on the roof.
聞いて、オカメ。
I'd say it's like that, but less... I would say less clever. Doki Doki did a few things that were really interesting, like moving files around and stuff. It was a very, like, wall-breaking game, or fourth wall-breaking game. This one, not so much. But this also came out a long time ago. It's nearly, I think nearly 10 years old. I think it came out in 2010. It may have come out in 2011, actually. But it's a very old visual novel, but I would probably say it's among one of the best as well.
両方救うのは無理。そうでしょ。
I might be able to, on the true ending. Maybe.
どうあが
I
い
don't
た
actually know, though.
確率は2分の1なの。
だが
だがじゃない。私の結論は変わらない。まゆりを助けて。
I hear the pain in her voice, and also the resolve. Kurisu has made up her mind. I look away and clench my fists. My nails dig into the palms of my hand.
そう簡単に諦めろっていうのか。お前を見せろっていうのか。そんなのできるはずがないだろう。
できるかできないかじゃない。あんたをやらなくちゃいけない。それしか道はない。
ダメだ。お前は俺たちの大切な仲間だ。俺はお前も見捨てない。
オカメ。
Bloody hell. Kurisu drops to her knees and grabs me by the collar. I gasp for breath as she stares into my eyes. Her eyes are hard and stern. It's always like this when she scolds me. Always the same glare.
他に解決策があるの？ないんでしょ。私はマユリを犠牲にしてまで生きていたくない。もしマユリを助けなかったらあんたを一生恨むから。
This can't be happening. I hate this choice with no right answer. I hate the universe for being so cruel. And most of all, I hate myself for forcing Kurisu to speak these words, when she is the one with the most to lose. Tears well up in my eyes, but I bite my lip and hold them back. Is there really no other way? I can't bear it. I look straight back at Kurisu as she holds me by the collar. And tightly embrace her slender body. Ho-ho! Her clothes are still wet from the rain, but all I feel is warmth radiating from the core of her being.
お前はここにいるのにこんなのあんまりだ
Tension drains from her back and her hands. She gives her whole body to me, to my embrace.
ありがとう。私のためにそこまで苦しんでくれて。
No worries.
でももう十分。私は大丈夫だから。あとはマユリのことだけ考えて。
Despite her fear, Kurisu has made her choice. It's time for me to do the same. I need to decide, here and now, the future of the world. Which friend to let die. Holding Kurisu tightly, I whisper into her ear. Mayuri. I know this is...
すまない
Oh. A meaningless apology.
俺はマユリだけは
Oh.
どうしても救いたいから
These words are a death sentence, but I force myself to speak them. Takes every ounce of willpower I possess.
お前を 助けられない
When I finish, I feel as if a great weight has left my shoulders. And at the same time, as if 1,000 needles are stabbing into my heart. Kurisu weakly returns my embrace. Then she lets go and stands up.
さてと、
There's already a look of relief on her face.
先に帰る。
帰るって
To the lab. To America?
ラボに決まってるでしょ。
I'm gonna say that's obvious.
乾かさないと。シャワーも浴びたいし。
In that case, we should go back together. But before I can suggest it, Kurisu beats me to the punch. As if she read my mind.
あんたはそこでずぶ濡れのまましばらく待ってて。わかった？
We can't go back together. That's her verdict.
分かった
Oof. I hang my head and shut my eyes. Kurisu's footsteps fade into the distance. I wrap my arms around my body. Even though it's summer and sweltering hot, I can't stop my body from shaking. I realise that part of me is relieved that Kurisu left alone. At least I won't have to face her again. To look upon the face of the girl I chose to die. I'm a coward. My self-loathing echoes in the darkness. Oh dear. New mail! Oh. Oh. So I wait about 2 hours before returning to the lab. Kurisu is already gone when I get there. God, she just sent a message saying see you. Cease to inquire what the future has in store and take as a gift whatever the day brings forth. Horace, Italian philosopher. I'm going back to my hotel, do what needs to be done. Good night. Oh dear. All she left is a single email. I sit down on the sofa while drying my hair with a towel. I look towards the PC in the corner of the room. It's already connected to the IBM 5100, ready for Dara to start hacking. I already got in touch with him, the hacking starts tomorrow at noon. I dug myself even further into a corner by telling that to Daru. No, I can't turn back, no matter how much I want to. I chose Mayuri. I will let Kurisu die. Showering didn't soften the wrenching pain in my heart. In truth, I'm just riding on Kurisu's resolve. Mine is still a flimsy thing. I can't help but wonder, is this really okay? Really?
誰かいますか？
Mayuri opens the door and enters. For a moment after she catches the sight of me, she looks ready to burst into tears. But that quickly gives way to a smile.
他
どうした？
なんとなく来てみたの。
I swallow hard. Maybe I should explain the situation to Mayuri. But I know she'll feel guilty if I tell her. Mayuri doesn't need to know. Everything will be okay as long as we crack CERN's database and reach the beta word line.
最近ね、オカリンと話す時間ちょっと減っちゃった。でもね、オカリンの重荷にはなりたくないんだ。
Can I really let it end like this? Shouldn't I tell her what Kurisu is sacrificing for her sake?
もしかしてシャワー浴びてたの？
Mayuri moves behind the sofa, grabs the bath towel on my head and starts rubbing my hair dry.
オカリン、シャンプーのいい匂いがするね。
I didn't mind the towel so much, but then she buries her nose into my hair and starts sniffing.
やめんか。
I jerk my head away. Mayuri goes back to drying my hair.
今日ね、コミマ行かなかったよ。
なぜだ？
オカリンのこと気になっちゃったのです。オカリンの辛そうな顔を思い出したらね、コミマを楽しんでなんかいられないなって。だから有明まで行ったけど参加せずに帰ってきたの。
そうか。悪かったな。
Oops. Yeah, I'll play that again. I didn't realise I was going to cut him off.
悪かったな。心配かけて。
There we go. Should I tell her? Or should I keep her in the dark?
最近ね、オカリンと話す時間
What's it showing me this
減
again?
っちゃった。
It's showing me it again. I've seen this like several times now.
だからね、マユシーは寂しくなっちゃったのかもしれないね。
マユリ、もし俺がお前に隠し事をしてるって言ったら
実は
Fuck me!
オカリンとクリスちゃんは付き合っていますっていうびっくりなこと？
Not quite like that.
マユリ、
Keep cutting him off.
もし俺がお前に隠し事をしてるって言ったらどう思う？
The only thing we missed was, I think it was Domo. I don't know how you actually say it, but whatever. Son of a bitch.
なぜそうなる？
I'm just very good at cutting off Japanese speech.
でもね、オカリンとクリスちゃんはとっても仲がいいでしょ。二人はお似合いだと思うな。
そんな話をしているんじゃないんだ。
全部話してほしいなんて思ってないよ。人質だからね。どっちかっていうと何にも教えてもらえないのが普通だもん。
そんな話をしているんじゃないんだ。
Mayuri's hand leaves my head. I look over my shoulder in a panic, thinking she wandered off again. She's there. I grab her hand, perhaps more forcefully than I meant to.
マユシーはオカリンの重荷にはなりたくないよ。
Again.
だからオカリンが言ってくれるまで待つの。昨日もそう言ったよ。
一生言わないかもしれないぞ。
それはね、とっても気になっちゃうけど、でもしょうがないかな。
その隠していることがお前に関係していることでも。
Ah.
マユシーに？
俺はお前を傷つけたくなくて話さないでいるんだ。
そのせいでオカリンは辛い顔してるのかな。
Mm-hmm.
だったらね、話してほしいな。 辛そうなの見たくないもん。
それでお前は傷ついてもいいっていうのか。
Mayuri replies, with a gentle smile. She nods without any hesitation. Her smile is so sincere it strikes me speechless.
昨日もさっきも言ったよ。マユシーはオカリンの重荷になりたくないって。マユシーがおばあちゃんのことで苦しかった時、オカリンはマユシーを人質にしてくれたでしょ。だからね、もしオカリンが苦しい時はマユシーが力になってあげたいってずっと思ってたんだよ。マユシーなんかじゃちっとも役に立たないかもしれないけど。
Useful. Oh. Suddenly I remember. Mayuri's going to die tomorrow. I've been through it once before. She died bloody hell, protecting me, and her last words were...
やっと
I've got the hiccups.
マユシーは
Grand.
オカリンの役に立てたよ。
So this is what she meant.
だからね、これ以上辛い顔しないでほしいな。
分かった。
If that's how she feels, I'll tell her everything. I let go of Mayuri's hand and pat the sofa beside me. Mayuri does as she's told. Oh
お
god.
やつ持ってきていい？
お前は空気が読めないな。
そうだね。
Mayuri sits up straight with her hands folded in her lap.
じゃあどうぞ。
これから話すことは全部事実だ。お前が見た夢とも関係している。そして俺はこの後
Oh.
お前のために仲間を犠牲にするつもりだ。
オカリン。
Anxiety clouds Mayuri's face, but I ignore it and take her chin in my fingers. The switch has already flipped inside of me. Oh god.
せいぜい後悔するがいい。この俺、狂気のマッドサイエンティストである法王院京馬が行ってきた恐るべき所業の数々を聞いてな。
And so I begin speaking as the mad scientist whose foolish experiments brought everything to ruin. I start with the first raid on the lab. I tell Mayuri how Moika killed her. Next I tell her about Suzuha and Faris, about Lukako, Moika, FB and Nai. I describe their fates in every detail. And finally I tell her about Kurisu. Oh, we actually did.
すなわちマキセ・クリスを生贄として俺は新たなる世界へと旅立つのだ。
There was a lot to explain and Mayuri kept asking questions, desperate to understand the strange concepts I was throwing at her. Thanks to that, the conversation went longer than expected. It's already getting late.
以上がこの俺法王院京馬が考えた壮大なる計画、その名もメイドインヘブンである。
Oh, made in heaven. Oh my god. Finally, it's over. Mayuri says nothing. She's staring at her hands, which are clenched into tiny trembling fists. She looks ready to cry any second.
なぜそんな顔をしている。
Mayuri shakes her head and bites her lip.
オカリンもクリスちゃんも苦しんでたんだね。
Oh.
なのにマユシーはのんきにコスを作ってた。こんなのバカみたいだよ。マユシーは何にも知らなかった。
お前が責任を感じる必要はないのだ。全てはこの俺による計画なのだからな。